Oh.
You have reached area code 313.
All my live niggas in the 313.
What up, though? I'd like to shout out my man DJ Los. Bro, I got to get at you. I see y'all doing some things. You and my man Kearney. Rakim coming back to town, looks like. We're going to have to give him a key to the city. My man Rakim, God MC. Got to get him a key to the city. Hey, what's going on? I'm your host. I go by New, just simple NEW. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of No Fan Sports Podcast, man. Wow. I just, I don't know if you follow, whatever you need to, get over there to YouTube. The DMs are in the conversation piece or whatever there. And subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, let you know when we going live over here. Need comments. Let's chit chat. Let's go back and forth. If you haven't been with me before, like I tell everybody else, I'm gonna say this all the time, and I started doing this because I want to enjoy some real sports dialogue, not a love affair, not a fanfare, not a groupie fair, not a slappy fair. We don't want to hear none of that slappy stuff. Okay. We started this. We started this to do, like I said, to have real sports dialogue, man. Serious, no matter who your favorite player may be in whatever sport, man. We just definitely no slappy stuff. This is slappy stuff. Yeah, we don't want that over here, man. That's not what we want. We want to have some real, strong sports dialogue, man. Not the love affair. We don't want to hear from your heart. It's like talking to Bud buddies, Canelo fans. It's so in love, and they favorite athlete. Can't do no wrong. And we don't do that over here, man. We just we try to just keep it 100 all the way across the board. And speaking of which, let me get these out the way, man. I'm always just yap. Okay, hold on. Let me get this together. All right, this is just the base disclaimers. No Fan Sports Podcast is providing this podcast as a public service, but it is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of No Fan Sports Podcast policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute the endorsement or recommendation by No Fan Sports Podcast. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity that they represent. Views and opinions are expressed by myself are those of my own and do not necessarily reflect the view of No Fan Sports Podcast or any of its officials. And then we go on to a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance and fair use. And so we got that out the way. And also, I like to tell you, man, I keep forgetting to do it myself. I got to pin this our little mission statement up, so you guys get understanding over here. No fan is a fan groupie slappy free zone. We here at No Fan are dedicated not just to the analytics, the metrics, and or statistics that are a part of any given sport, but also the non-measurables that can't and doesn't get recognition on the stat sheet. Things like heart, mental tenacity, drive, hunger, and sexual things like that, as well as being able to understand the difference between athleticism versus actual skill and fundamentals, instead of being caught up like a deer in the highlights as you all over his or her physical gifts from above. Yeah, that's fan talk. No, we don't do that here. We speak of X's and O's that many of you may mistake for hate. Okay, hey, like I said, check the DMs, man. You get a chance, go over there. and go through hit the like and subscribe buttons and different things like that over there, YouTube, man. So you know when we going live over here. Okay, so the last podcast I did, I spoke on the current my feelings, my current state basketball and the NBA. I haven't really conversated about basketball in quite some time, man. I fell out of love with the NBA, but I did mention that I like the women's game. Speaking of women's game, man, y'all been watching that Juju Watkins, the young lady out of SC. I'm finna put this out here right now, and let me see. She arguably, I think she has a strong chance of being the greatest female basketball player ever, and if not ever, highly ranked amongst it. I think she may hit Mount Rushmore. And the reason why I say that because I'm watching her, and I got to catch it. I'm gonna have to put some more eyes on her, but right now she moves real fluent for a female, for a young lady. She moves real fluent. She almost, and I don't want this to be offensive or anything, but almost manly, like a male athlete. She's that fluid. She looking like a Candace Parker with a little bit more athleticism or something. I don't know if she can flush it or not, but I just like the way she move and her body. She go fill out like almost like a LeBron James type of thing, but in the female version. So I think she got a chance to go down. Excuse me, as being one of the greatest female basketball players of all time. But anyway. So I say I like watching the women's game because I like the post-up play. So I say, well, you know what? I was thinking it's March Madness coming up, and it's usually a real exciting time because you got all your college teams in there. You usually have all your players, and this is when we finna. I thought I'd never really do this, but this is when we get ready to go back in time. Well, back then we used to. This is the conversation we about to have today. And if you've seen the screenshot, the post or whatever, you seen a picture of my man Larry Bird and Mark Aguirre. Two great basketball players who bumped heads in the NCAA finals and the Final Four with two colleges that was totally, everybody was oblivious to. Nobody knew. But I did find out something today that, I'm kind of have to, walk that back just a little bit. That's about DePaul. I just found out something earlier today. But so we go back, they had my man Larry Bird in the Hick from French Lick, Indiana State, small little college, Indiana State, and they end up playing against Mark Aguirre and the DePaul Blue Devils. We're talking about two basketball players that literally were great players and went to their respective universities, small, not so known universities, and actually put them on the map. Made them schools household names. And it's so crazy how that all played out. And it's so crazy how it played out because that particular was a 1979 NCAA. It was the finals, March Madness deal. Had Michigan State in there, Magic Johnson. This their first, little soiree down up in there. And then we had our local university, University of Detroit Titans. They made it to the dance. They made it to the dance. The 64 team, I think whatever was 62, whatever. They made it to the 62. Met Dick Vitale once in the back. Hell, right after the 79. It wasn't 79. He came. Apparently, he knew our basketball coach at the school we went to, and he came. He gave a speech. He gave a speech at the Ivy. Lord. Excuse me about that. But he gave a speech, met Dick Vitale, and I seen all the energy, as a young man, up close and personal. So that particular, we had Michigan State in there, the UOD Titans right there on 6 Mile in Livernois. UOD Titans was in it. Then you had that small, like I said, Mark Aguirre was a freshman over there at DePaul at that particular time. Nobody knew what DePaul was or who they were, but they had Mark Aguirre, and the coach was Ray Meyer. And to show you how powerful what he did, Aguirre, especially Aguirre. Larry didn't have so much success after him coming behind him from Indiana State. But DePaul, after Mark Aguirre set stage there, they had some more great basketball players to follow up: Lightning Rod Strickland, Terry Cummings, Tyrone Corbin, Dallas Comingis. They had a lot of more players to follow up right behind that, man. And this is after DePaul made their strong run against Indiana. But they bumped heads. Indiana State came out on top, and that's how they ended up meeting Magic Johnson. You had Michigan State versus Indiana State. Bird Magic. It was a big clash. Yes, it had some racial overtones to it. Of course, it did. He from Indiana, he from Michigan, black, white thing. But it was a beautiful. The stage couldn't have been better. So you had two Cinderella type teams. Like I said, DePaul and Indiana State, nobody knew nothing about any of those universities doing anything, And here they go, they meet each other in the finals. Okay. So what I'm saying is, when we look at basketball and we talk about the game today and we talk about the great players and what we like and this, that, and the other thing, this is a particular situation that took place that I don't think anybody will ever see again. Especially in light of some of the things I talked about when I was discussing ABA, NBA, what's the difference? We won't see these type of things again. Out of nowhere, Larry Bird, Mark Aguirre. And then this is the funny thing about that Mark Aguirre thing too, just to show you. Let's play what if. So we find out now in hindsight. I used to always wonder, by the way, my main man, Isaiah Lord Thomas, is my most favorite basketball player ever. I don't care who you talk about, who you can put, LeBron, MJ, Magic, whoever. Isaiah Thomas is my GOAT. That's just it. It's nobody else, and he's the GOAT. He my GOAT for all against all odds. This is a small dude, 6'1", man. He beat Magic, Jordan, Bird, Kareem. Come on, man. Jordan. He beat them all, and nobody else can say that. Okay, and those four names alone, arguably, will be in most folks. Where is that at? I missed you. Hey, what's up, Sammy? It's Sammy Hamed. How you been, man? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, fellas. I didn't see them comments flowing right there. I wish I'd have said, how you been, brother? Lord have mercy. I ain't talked to you and seen you in a while, man. I appreciate you stopping by though. So like I said, we probably won't get back, I'm sure we won't. Just like, you had the Fab Five, definitely won't ever see that again. They tried several combinations few years shortly thereafter, came up very short. You just won't see that again. The Fab Five was a story in itself, but that particular NCAA finals was one of the greatest I think I've ever been around to witness. And I think most people will probably follow up with feel the same way about it. Which made, they said Larry Bird and Magic Johnson went on to rescue the NBA. And I didn't even realize the NBA was suffering that bad. But here you had some three powerhouse guys, man, come out of college, man, and really, really make the game what it used to be. I ain't gonna say make it what it is today, but they definitely as far as making the game world known. Blue down. I said, down. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I ain't gonna say it made what the game is today, but when you start talking about basketball and the foundations and the people who laid the groundwork, these are some of those those gentlemen. I'm not even gonna get back into all that, why the game is trash what it is today. But like I said, I just wanted to talk about real quickly about my man Larry Bird and Mark Aguirre. We talking about two great basketball legends that literally took universities that was obscure universities no one ever heard of, nobody knew about, put them on their shoulders, and made those team household names, and went on in the NBA and was very successful as well, during their careers within the NBA. So that was just something great to see. I hope the game can get back to something like that. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Again, like I said, it's going to take everybody's involvement in it. It's just not going to be any rule changes per se, or fundamental changes the way the NBA, though they are very, if I had to lean on who's at fault for what we're watching now, I would lean more on the NBA, because this is the baby that they laid down with it, and this is what we got now. But yeah, when you get a chance, man, go check him out, man. Larry Bird, Mark Aguirre, man. This is well, everybody heard Larry Bird naturally, but Mark Aguirre, man, look him up, man. Go watch some post play, and that's what made me think about the post play. Mark Aguirre, post play. I mean, that was the fun part of watching basketball, because you've seen the post play from these various individuals, a lot of bumping, a lot of grinding, a lot of physicality in there, and that's what we was looking at that particular time. So that's what you're seeing. That's what Mark Aguirre was: post up. But this is the funny part. So my main man, Isaiah Lord Thomas. So this is when we go play the what if. Isaiah, I always wonder how he ended up at Indiana University. Well, come to find out, his mother just loved Bobby Knight. His mother made the decision. I'm sure you've seen it, been around the circles, and you've seen Isaiah talking about it, how they was sitting there in the living room, no lights, roaches running around, and Bobby Knight and his brother was about to get into it, but his mother was like, yeah, that's where you're going. And his mother sent him to Indiana. But come to find out, what's up, class? Oh, post play, without question. But going back to Isaiah, so when they went to Indiana, but come to find out, long story short, he had planned on going to DePaul with Mark Aguirre. He had planned on going to DePaul with Mark Aguirre. They was going to play at DePaul together. So now let's go back on what if. So you had Mark Aguirre, Isaiah Lord Thomas, and we know what he did at Indiana. He won a national championship with literally some unknowns. I don't even think nobody would remember. Hell, I don't even remember too many players on his team. It was Isaiah, okay? Won the championship in Indiana. So he and Mark Aguirre at DePaul in that Final Four, in that final. You know what I'm saying? In that final, going against Larry Bird and possibly meeting up with Magic in Michigan State in the finals. I got DePaul all the way through. Mark Aguirre, Isaiah Thomas, I got DePaul winning the national championship in 1979. I really do. Oh, yes. Come on, man. That he won one in Indiana. He won one in Indiana by himself. I had to go online and look and see who his teammates were, because I don't even remember. I don't even remember none of his teammates. I don't even remember them. But yeah, they would have won one easy, and I really truly believe that they would have. He's there with Isaiah and a young Mark Aguirre on the same team. Man, them national championships. I don't care against whoever. Like I said, you seen what he did by himself at Indiana. It's just that simple. But yeah, I'm not sure who the favorite. I think Houston's looking pretty, but it's hard to say. It's just hard to follow these guys nowadays. It's kind of lackluster because you got the one and done situation, you got the G League, and so a lot of these teams not building a rapport where you see a lot of these guys play. They even if they go to a university or major university, lots of times the best of those players are like one and done. They don't get a chance to stick around. Like years past, though, it was just so much more play that you would see, because you'd be looking forward to it. Like if you say Big East, back in the day, that was like, it was just all Big East. You know, the Big East in basketball would be the equivalent with what everybody be talking about the SEC in football. The Big East was on that scale. You know, they was head to head. Villanovas, St. John's, come on, Georgetown. You know, and these the matchups. I mean, you waiting to see Chris Mullin and them go head to head. You know what I'm saying? Walter Berry. It was just crazy, man. It was crazy. Mark Jackson come out of St. John's. So, boy, those was the days. Let me get out of this nostalgia age. Listen here, my name New, man. Simple NEW. I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, if you leave in the comments, if you catch this later, leave a comment. Let me know you was a day late and a dollar short. We get at you. Real dialogue over here. This is what we trying to do here. Real dialogue, man. We it's no love affairs. It's some real dialogue. Even though I told you about my love affair with Isaiah, but I was just explaining, you know, how great he is. Again, if you get a chance, get over to YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, the notification button, so we can go hit them DMs, check us out. We get back, man. We go try to do some more basketball, but it's gonna be tough. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm really finna dig into this Juju Watkins though. I gotta do some digging on her. I'm about to, you know, put some eyes on her, you know, because she, man, like I said, I think she may be the best ever. She's making a statement for it. And this is no slight at that young lady over there in Iowa, Caitlin Clark, or any other, you know, young lady in LSU, all the young ladies at Southern. Oh yeah, she's nice. Or the young ladies over there, South Carolina. But that young lady, Juju Watkins, just moves a different way. Y'all need to pay attention to her for real. That young lady, she's special. Okay. All right. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Get at you later. Like I said, I'm about to look Juju up, man. We're going to see what she's talking about. Appreciate you stopping by.
DJ Los.